Welcome back to episode 3 and hopefully the last part of how to become a plumber. And maybe later on we'll go into why I became a plumber and things that you can kind of take into consideration as you look into your career and your path in the trades. So the interview process is something I tried to look up as much as I could online about different, mainly in the electrician and plumber's trades. I tried to see if people remembered what the interview was like. What do they do? Because you're just like, you want to prepare as much as you can for, obviously, meeting the people that are going to accept you into the program. And it also is important during your interview process because it's based on a point scale. So you might have everything else in line and tested well, but your interview is a big majority of your points and being accepted into the program and being even put on the list. So in the interview, I was given a time, so I showed up early, and I made sure to, again, I can't emphasize the way that you carry yourself is the way that you're going to be perceived and judged. So I showed up to this interview. I understand it's in the construction realm. I understand that it's in a trades realm. So in the trades, you get dirty, right? So you're going to have your work boots and your jeans and your safety equipment, and like you're just going to have kind of that rougher around the edges look. I really recommend you don't show up to your interview in your work clothes. Don't show up in your work boots, don't show up in your jeans, don't show up in a t-shirt, don't show up in just a collared shirt. I think those are the bare minimum is having slacks and a collared shirt. I think that is something you want to put forward. I think get ready. I mean, I think you need to be willing to invest in your outfit. You can spend $50 I think would give you a nice clean look in terms of how you want to present yourself. So show up prepared. Show up with a notebook. Have questions prepared for the committee, because you're generally going to do this in front of a panel. Interview is not one-on-one. There was 6 people in my interview. And be prepared just to talk about your interest. They asked me questions. Why do you want to become a plumber? They also asked me what are some of your goals or some of your achievements. Another thing that they asked me is to measure a piece of pipe, so be prepared for practical. I also came prepared with a tape measure, so I had a tape measure and a notebook and a pen. And then I also made sure that I put my time, I just put my best business outfit on, and I wanted to find that balance. They also asked me what I think being an apprentice means. They also asked kind of my background in job history. Do I have any experience with power tools? Do I have experience working in that kind of environment? I know other people have brought up other questions such as, are you aware of what the job is required of you? Are you prepared to commit, 5 years of your life to going to school and working full time? Are you aware of kind of how much you're going to be making? What is what are your thoughts on the whole trade? What do you think of unions? These are questions that I would probably research in terms of your own knowledge on what it is that electricians and plumbers and pipe fitters and different people in the trades, what do we do? What are we about? What's kind of the history? And those questions, I think they want to get a feel of who you are, a little bit of your personality, and they want to kind of see your awareness level. Obviously, some of that might be how well spoken you might be or how you present yourself, other information. They just want to get to know you. It's a very laid back. I really enjoyed my experience in the interview. I had asked them questions such as what is expected of an apprentice and what do they want to be represented in their apprentices. I also asked how much homework was required. I also asked them kind of what their protection measures were in terms of the pension plan, and if something were to happen in 2008 again in our recession, what measures are in place for the protection of that. And I just wanted to ask a few more in-depth questions of maybe information I couldn't find myself. Very catered to me, and I was very specific on what I wanted. So that was kind of the interview process. Prepare yourself as best as you can, and if you have any questions, please ask.